Supermarine Spitfire. The Spitfire was one of Britain's most famous fighter aircraft of World War II. Designed with elegant, elliptical wings and excellent maneuverability, it became a symbol of resistance during the Battle of Britain. Pilots valued its responsiveness in combat, especially during dogfights against German aircraft. Throughout the war, the Spitfire continued to evolve with stronger engines and improved weapons, allowing it to remain effective from the first years of the conflict to its final stages. Hawker Hurricane. The Hurricane was the backbone of Britain's fighter force when the war began. Although it lacked the sleek appearance of the Spitfire, it was rugged, reliable, and easier to produce in large numbers. During the Battle of Britain, Hurricanes destroyed a significant portion of enemy aircraft. Their sturdy construction also made repairs quicker, helping keep many planes in service during critical periods of the war. Messerschmitt Bf 109. The Bf 109 was Germany's primary fighter aircraft and one of the most widely used fighters of the entire war. Fast, heavily armed, and continuously improved, it served on nearly every front where German forces operated. Its pilots benefited from powerful engines and advanced design features that gave it impressive performance. Even as newer aircraft appeared, the Bf 109 remained a central part of the German Air Force until the conflict ended. Focke-Wulf FW 190. The FW 190 entered service as a powerful complement to the Bf 109. It featured a radial engine, strong firepower, and excellent speed at lower altitudes. Allied pilots quickly recognized it as one of Germany's most dangerous fighters. Its versatility allowed it to perform many roles, from air superiority missions to ground attacks, making it one of the Luftwaffe's most valuable aircraft. North American P-51 Mustang. The P-51 Mustang became one of the most successful fighter aircraft ever built. Originally developed for Britain, it reached its full potential when fitted with a powerful Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. The aircraft combined speed, range, and maneuverability in a way few fighters could match. Most importantly, it could escort Allied bombers deep into enemy territory, helping shift control of the skies over Europe. Republic P-47 Thunderbolt. The P-47 Thunderbolt was one of the largest single-engine fighters of the war. Its size allowed it to carry heavy armament, large fuel loads, and substantial armor protection. While it was not as agile as some competitors, it could absorb remarkable amounts of damage and still return home. Thunderbolts excelled both as fighter escorts and as ground attack aircraft, striking enemy vehicles, trains, and troop positions. Lockheed P-38 Lightning. The P-38 Lightning stood out because of its unusual twin-boom design. Equipped with two engines and concentrated nose-mounted weapons, it offered long range and impressive firepower. It performed especially well in the Pacific Theater, where vast distances between islands demanded aircraft capable of extended flights. The P-38 also became famous as the aircraft used in several important missions against Japanese forces. Grumman F-6F Hellcat. The Hellcat was the United States Navy's most successful carrier-based fighter. Developed to counter Japanese aircraft, it combined durability, ease of maintenance, and strong combat performance. Pilots appreciated its forgiving handling characteristics, which were particularly valuable during carrier operations. As the war progressed, Hellcats played a major role in establishing Allied air superiority across the Pacific. Vought F-4U Corsair. The Corsair was instantly recognizable because of its distinctive inverted gull wings. Built around a powerful engine, it delivered exceptional speed and climbing ability. Early carrier operations proved challenging, but improvements eventually made it suitable for naval service. Whether flying from carriers or island airfields, Corsairs became feared opponents and remained in military service long after World War II ended. Mitsubishi A6M Zero. The Zero was Japan's most famous fighter aircraft. At the beginning of the war, it stunned opponents with its extraordinary range and agility. Its lightweight design allowed skilled pilots to outperform many Allied fighters in turning battles. However, this performance came with compromises in armor and protection. As newer Allied aircraft entered service, these weaknesses became increasingly difficult to overcome. Nakajima Ki-43 Hayabusa. The Ki-43, often called the Hayabusa, was one of Japan's most widely used Army fighters. It shared many qualities with the Zero, emphasizing maneuverability and range over protection. Pilots could perform sharp turns that many opponents struggled to match. Throughout much of the war, it served across Asia and the Pacific, supporting Japanese operations on numerous fronts. Yakovlev Yak-3. The Yak-3 was a Soviet fighter known for its simplicity, speed, and agility. Designed for combat at lower altitudes, it excelled in close-range engagements on the Eastern Front. Soviet pilots valued its lightweight construction and responsive controls. By the final years of the war, it had earned a reputation as one of the Soviet Union's most effective fighter aircraft. Lavochkin La-5. The La-5 emerged as a major improvement over earlier Soviet fighters. Powered by a radial engine, it offered better performance and greater durability. Its arrival helped Soviet forces challenge German air superiority during crucial stages of the Eastern Front campaign. The aircraft's combination of firepower and reliability made it a respected opponent in aerial combat. Lavochkin La-7. The La-7 represented the peak of wartime development for the Lavochkin fighter family. Faster and more refined than its predecessor, it gave Soviet pilots an aircraft capable of matching many German fighters. Entering service during the final phase of the war, it contributed to the growing strength of Soviet air power as Allied forces advanced toward victory. Mach-E C-202 Folgore. The Folgore was one of Italy's finest fighter aircraft. Combining elegant design with strong performance, it proved capable of competing against many contemporary fighters. Italian pilots appreciated its speed and maneuverability, particularly in Mediterranean operations. Although produced in smaller numbers than some of its rivals, it remains one of the most respected aircraft of the Italian Air Force during the war. De Watine D-520. The D-520 was France's most modern fighter when Germany invaded in 1940. It offered competitive speed, respectable firepower, and good handling characteristics. French pilots achieved notable successes with it despite facing overwhelming circumstances. After France's defeat, the aircraft continued serving under various operators throughout the remainder of the conflict.